Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam and welcome to my review for Ready or Not. This movie was directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett. I'm calling him Tyler Gillett. And this movie tells the story of Grace, played by Samara Weaving, who is forced to play a very dangerous game of hide and seek on the night of her wedding, where she is being chased and conceivably killed by her future in-laws. When I saw the trailer for this movie, I was immediately hooked. I love movies that take place in one location, like Buried or Clue. And the star of this movie is the niece of Hugo Weaving. And Hugo Weaving is a great actor, so I'm like, okay, maybe she's actually got some talent. And I was completely blown away by this movie. I feel that Ready or Not is one of the most underrated movies of the year. No one's talking about it, and absolutely everybody should. Firstly, Samara Weaving gives a star-making performance. I normally don't like using the term star-making performance, but she gives a star-making performance here. I think the best way I could describe her is like a female Ash from the original Evil Dead. Mild-mannered, and you really don't expect her to amount to much. But when you put her in the right circumstance with her life on the line, and she becomes badass. But similar to Ash, she just doesn't play the standard damsel in distress. She can actually go. And she was honestly the best part of this whole movie. I also thought the supporting cast was a lot of fun. Even the characters that were either A, supposed to just die, or B, just to tell jokes, they were all bringing their A game. Everyone in this movie was very charismatic and looked like they were having the time of their lives. It was honestly very nice to watch. And I could just tell that the directors of this movie loved the original Evil Dead, because this movie is very much a horror comedy, kind of like what The Evil Dead was. I laughed at the most messed up things. I should not have. But I was on the floor at other people's misery. I do not feel good about this, but considering the fact that it's one of the best movies of the year, I'm considering it even. This movie is pretty gruesome too. It definitely earns the rated R rating. Samara Weaving in particular goes through absolute hell in this movie. There's this one scene involving a nail where I'm like, oh geez, what is up with blonde women and nails? First The Quiet Place and now this movie. Like, stay away from nails, people. The biggest complaint I have about this movie is the actual filmmaking itself. This movie almost takes place exclusively in the dark. And while this can be effective in some cases, it wasn't here. Basically, the two colors in this movie were dark green, dark yellow, and just black. It was just overall very unappealing to look at. Now, this as a whole is a very unappealing movie. I mean, it's the in-laws trying to hunt down a woman, but at the same time, when you're looking at rooms that are supposed to be leaping off the screen and it just looks like a muted yellow, it just takes you out of it. I also thought the action was a little choppy at times. Now, for the majority of the action, it's okay, but there are some scenes where the directors just indulged in the handycam action style of directing a little too much. But on the whole, Ready or Not was pretty great. It's got great performances, it's got a lot of laughs and a lot of scares. I would clean up the action just a little bit, but on the whole, I absolutely loved Ready or Not. That's all for me, guys. Thank you so much as always for watching. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.